check, check. Okay, you can hear me. I don't need to turn. I don't have anything else to present. I don't think. Let me see. Lowrider for CNC. See if we can find a video on it demonstrating it. Yeah, here we go. This is 298 videos. So you guys can't hear that. Let me switch the speakers over. That's good. So yeah, if you're coming back, I found it, guys. Remember when I was building guitars, but couldn't set up a shop. I couldn't set up a bandsaw and all that. Basically didn't have the tools needed. But what we have here is what's called the Lowrider CNC 4, version 4. And it is a 3D printed CNC machine for wood. You can make it as big as you want. Just depends. The metal parts, like these tubes running across here, these are steel. So you can make it as wide as you can find steel tubing for it, and as long as you can find steel tubing for it, because these are just steel pipe, and it can accept a full sheet of plywood, and all 3D printed. The 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 gantry is 3D printed. This black here, this is probably wood. So there's some other things you got to build. Um, here's parts that you could use. Here's the get the whole hardware kit. Has the motors, the power supply for the motors, all the wiring, the linear guides. Um, doesn't look like it has the yeah, it doesn't have the upgrade kit, the XD plate, but I mean that's what, 36 bucks. Got motors, power supplies, collets for the DeWalt router. I've got a router. I'm not sure if it'll accept these collets. I'm pretty sure it will. Um, Emergency cutoff switch, which is important. Couplers, 5 millimeter, 8 millimeter flex couplers. Uh, Tiny touch plate. So it's basically a electronic touch plate that helps you zero the Z-axis out. It's got all the belts, stepper extruder wire, pulleys, idler pulleys, lead screw nuts, which these are backlash free lead screw nuts, which is what I'd use. I don't think these are backlash uh, screws. I'd use a backlash screw. But yeah. So I don't know how many spools of filament it would use. For instance, the this is the core. This is I'm not sure where the core goes. Let me see. Yeah, the core is what the router and the hose sit on. You can see or you can't see that. Yeah, you can see the indentation for the router. So I probably have to get a DeWalt router, which I wouldn't mind. Um, but yeah, I mean this entire thing can be 3D printed, and every piece fits on my printer, so I wouldn't have to split it up or have someone else make them. I just have to get the parts, and I can do those bit by bit. So yeah, this is fucking exciting. One thing I'll be able to do is I can make this specifically just big enough to make guitars, like a solid one piece guitar, electric guitar, headless guitars, fretless necks. I'll be able to do it all. Precisely. CNC. I mean, contour the bodies. I mean, enough that all I have to do is scuff it with sandpaper a little bit, and it's basically finished. So, of course, this one piece, I'm gonna do the entire. Hey, Cygnus, I'm gonna do the entire thing in ABS. I think that's the best filament for it, best material for it at a zero point 0.2 millimeter layer thickness and tuned for strength. So it has probably more interlocking between the layers and and the trace lines. But it's going to take about 23 hours, about a full day for this piece. And this is about the biggest piece there is. There's just to show you how many pieces there are. Let's delete this. And I'm going to select all these files, drag them in here. There's 31 parts to print. A bunch of files. And we'll arrange them. So all but so I'd have to do it in 2 passes. Here's the core, here's the braces for the side, and yeah, so why didn't it arrange those? But yeah, if I go through and like delete all these parts, we'll just see what. So I already know that the core takes about a full day to print, and it looks like it can all be done without supports because the bridging isn't a problem. So let's slice this and see how long it'll take. See how much filament it'll take. So I'm doing it at a 50% infill, so it'll be light and strong. Wow, I'm really lagging. Support stability issues, it always gives me that. But it's going it's going edge to edge. Look at that shit. I mean, that's about as spaced out as you can get, or about as close as you can get. One day, 20 hours and 58 minutes. So all these parts will take a day. Then you have another day for the other thing. So let's undo all this. Let's get back to there. Okay. So hold on. Got somebody knocking at the door. Probably the postman that forgot my package this morning. Yeah, that's what it was. But yeah, so what I can do is, let's see, that's that. Let's go, yeah, we can delete all those. So that's those things. Delete that. The core, I already know that takes a day. I'm a little out of breath right now. COVID fucked me up, man. So let's bring these over. Actually, let's arrange those. I think I can fit all these in here. Let's turn that so it can fit edge to edge. Turn that like that. Move that, bring this in. Actually, I can rotate this around. Move this in here. Do the same thing with this piece. Bring that to there, that to there. And this here. So I won't see how long that takes. So I'll probably stick with the black and red color scheme like that. That's 17 hours and 23 minutes. So less than 3 days if I really pushed it. It'd take less than 3 days to print all the printed parts for a CNC, for a wood CNC. And I wouldn't try and push it by doing aluminum. Might do thin aluminum, but nothing like, I probably might do sheet aluminum if I need a part like a brace cutout. Could do that, but mainly it'd just be wood, ash, plywood, plywood for jigs. Uh, do ash for the bodies, maple for necks, and should be able to handle it just fine without any flex. Because I mean, ABS is stiff shit, man. It is. It is some stiff stuff. I mean, I've tried to flex a part that's printed solid that has any kind of thickness to it, and there's no flex to it. It's good stuff. So I think this is going to be the next project. And I'd like to do a like a like a fundraiser for it. So if you want to give, give a few bucks, you can. If you want to be like a higher donor, there's stuff in it for you. Uh, like if someone donates like $100, a unfinished neck and body of your design would be the reward for that. Um, I'll probably put like a $500 limit. I mean, it's like 300 and something for $400 for all the hardware. Yeah, that's a good deal. That's a pretty good deal. Just so you don't have to source everything, individually. I always love BOMs, man. A BOM is excellent because it tells you exactly what you need, where to get it, how much it costs, how many of them you need. Um, so yeah, this is going to be the next project. Still working on the color changer. I think this is the last one of the last parts that I needed to source for the higher number of colors because I started with it's a 6 unit kit. I upgraded to an 8 unit kit, and then I upgraded it myself to a 12 unit kit, which meant I had to outsource or had to source for the extra bearings and ball bearings and switches and gears and extruders and stuff like that, and the longer rods and shafts and extrusions. So I've got all that taken care of. I'm expecting some stuff from AliExpress. I was I was ready to buy the extruders, the extruder gears, the gear sets at like $6 a piece, and then I went to AliExpress and found them for 99 cents a piece. So guess where I went? Guess who I bought from? I mean, they aren't the highest quality stainless steel or whatever, but they work. They're gonna work. As long as I don't get them wet, they shouldn't rust. But while I'm getting that together, I'm going to start printing the parts for this and have a CNC machine that'll machine fucking guitars. Because I think a custom body guitar can sell for a bunch of money, can sell for a good price. Uh, and being able to take someone's design and make a CNC guitar that fits right off, has all the mounting holes for bridges and for the bridge and the neck and the pickups, basically a plug and play kit. Yeah, I mean that's some good money. So anyway, and then another thing is uh what do you call it? Well, yeah, here's the CNC in action. Doing a doing a spiral down cut. Very good. Basically making the a hole bigger than the bit. It's a nice thing about CNC with a drill press. If you want to make a bigger hole, you got to use a bigger drill bit. With CNC, you just make a spiral that's as big as you want, and that looks like about a 1/4 inch depth of cut. Yeah, that's about a 1/4 inch depth of cut. So it's pretty fucking good. I mean, it's better than a metal CNC machine. And you see where it pauses, like goes and pauses. What it's doing is it's hopping. It hops a little bit and it leaves tabs. So basically, that's the through cut, but it's left tabs to where you could just pop the piece out. And it doesn't look like he's using a down spiral bit. A down spiral bit will, a regular spiral bit is spiraled up. So as you cut it, it pulls fibers up. A down spiral bit forces everything down so it leaves a cleaner finish on the top. But yeah, I mean, yeah, so
Design 8 Studio, and I'm about to run my last bit of test cuts on the beta version of the Lowrider 4.
see, I mean, look at this shit. And he's even cut a panel that has his channel name on it. I mean, fuck, man. It looks like something you'd buy in the store, doesn't it? And is this PVC? This is PVC, isn't it? Or maybe it's, I don't know.
Before I tear it down and rebuild it as
It looks like PVC. These numbers stamped on it are like PVC. So fuck. I mean, all the rigidities from the plywood in the middle. So you just need a place for the bearings to ride on.
a release candidate 2 version. So,
And I mean, I've got shit. I had to order a bunch of skateboard bearings for the Enraged Rabbit. So, and I had to order more than I needed. I only needed 6, and they came in a package of 20 or some shit. So I've got the bearings. Got that part.
I've already programmed in 3 test cut rectangles to be pocketed out. One of them at 100 millimeters per second feed rate, 12 millimeters.
100 millimeters per second. 10 centimeters per second. That's not bad. That's about an inch per second. A little less than an inch per second.
Depth of cut. One of them at 125 millimeters per second feed rate, 12 millimeter depth of cut. And a final one at 150 millimeters per second with a 12 millimeter depth.
Yes, he's using an upcut end mill, which I wouldn't use.
Of cut. Test rectangles are not 100 by 100.
I mean, for wood, you really want a down cut, a down cut end mill.
But they do equal 10,000 millimeters squared. They're wider than they are tall. This test.
And I mean, I can do cutting boards. Let me.
Hey,
these cutting boards are fucking awesome. CNC cutting boards. Yeah, here we go. Now this is an all metal CNC, so I'm not sure if it would have the rigidity, because I mean, ABS is stiff, but it's not unflexible. It does have some give. So I mean, I'm wondering if I could do something like this. Let's speed it up to twice the speed. See, this is a ball screw driven extruded aluminum. And the other thing with this is, if I make it big enough, I can actually thickness for doing my acoustic guitar. I can actually thickness the sides and the top and bottom with this machine. So I wouldn't have to have a fucking planer or a drum sander. I mean, I've sanded enough. I don't care. I don't mind sanding. But this is end grain. This is some end grain, some tough shit. Looks like it's walnut, butcher block end grain. Doing all the hand hole, doing the grab sides, grab holes, and he puts a center mark to center his center the bit. He uses cam locks, cool. Or he's touching off for his depth. And he switches out the bits. So he's switching out bits as he needs them. And what he uses, that's a tapered end mill. So what he does is does the he cuts the board and then he cuts the inlay on a taper so it fits together better because it's easier to put things together like this than it is like this. It's easier to make them seat better. And you also wouldn't get as much breakage in the small details because they have a wider base supporting them. Yeah, it cuts the cutting board itself as the cavity, and he gets that. That's what he gets. This is all a cavity. So he makes sure he's got the right size piece, and he makes sure it's centered. Where he marks the center, touches off. Looks like a. And here he's cutting the part that fits inside those cavities in one piece, so he doesn't have to individually put pieces in. And it's cut in a mirror. It's cut mirrored so it'll fit. And he has to clean up edges. It's going to leave some raggedy edges. Then once he had look at that. Then once he has it all cut, he taped it down too. Good man. He's got to be careful because the thing could fucking break because it's somewhat flimsy at this point. Then he takes time cleaning it up because wood isn't metal. I mean, there's a lot of fine detail to clean up. It looks like he's just scraping. He isn't even cutting. So then he cuts away all the scrap, all the unneeded shit, so he can see better. Then he puts glue into the cutting board. A lot of glue. Brushes it in, fills all the holes. And then he just moves it around till it drops in place. Pop. Taps it down with a hammer. And then just planes off the top. Leaves what's left. and you've got a fucking inlaid cutting board that looks like someone took a year to fucking carve by hand. And with that CNC machine, I can make these. And not only could I make these, I could do these in multicolor, like different types of wood, like maple for brown, ebony for black, or walnut for brown, ebony for black, maple for white, poplar for different shades depending on what part of the tree you cut it from. Um, do rosewood for deep reds. They've even got green colored woods, yellow colored woods. I think poplar has blue shades in it, depending on just what minerals have gotten into the poplar. See, he's doing a yellow, like a yellow wood for the seal, and then I don't know, was it oak maybe for the name? And then again, he just surfaces the whole thing, and then he'll take a belt sander or a hand sand or a orbital sander and sand it down real nice, oil it, and fucking done. That's about a. I wonder how much he charges for those. How to find inlay parameters. Oh, that's a tutorial. Catalog. Custom board. Here we go. Here, catalog. Inlaid cutting board. Here we go. How much does he want for an inlaid cutting board? $1,500 for a Marine Corps. For one for the with a Marine Corps uh, emblem on it. $1,500. Here's a real simple one. A Daruma doll. Real simple. 500 bucks. 2,000 bucks for this one. So yeah, I mean there's a bit of wood involved. I mean you have to purchase the inlay material, but there's a pirate skull board. That's cool as shit. And these are food safe cutting boards. It's 19 by 12, so I mean it's a good size cutting board. So I could do guitars. These cutting boards. Here's a popular one. The cow. How to chop up a cow for your roast beef dinner. But yeah, and I mean, where's the one that he just did? How much does that sell for? Doesn't say. But this is cool. 3D art. It's a flat board, but it just fucks with your head. Looks like it's bulging out in the middle. So yeah, people that here's a turtle, sea turtle, turtly amazing. Aha! Turtly amazing. It's awesome. But yeah, I mean something like this. If I had the material to work with, that would take a day, 2 days max. I don't know where I'd get the cutting board material. see, end grain. Here's here we go. End grain butcher block, extra large, 129 bucks for 23 by 12 by 17 inches. So yeah, so that could be what that could be a gift or a prize or a reward. Here's here we go. That's this is 98 bucks. 12 by 13. Here's 24 by 18. 249 bucks. So, and that's walnut. Yeah. So that's an option. And I mean, you can get all kinds of different. If I had a shit, if I had a, I mean, at some point, I can get to the point where I'm making my own butcher block boards. Where if I, make enough money, I can afford to get a shit, a planer. You know, get my own planer, mill my own wood, assemble it, glue it, and then go from there. Because I mean, walnut's a lot cheaper than it is if you buy it all assembled. So that's the goal is to print the CNC machine, get it built, take donations, uh, through fundraising to where you get a reward for a certain level of fundraising, and yeah, because it's going to cost a little bit of money for the filament. I'm sure it'll go through what I've got here pretty quickly. May take 2 rolls, 2 spools of red. Um, but yeah, that's the goal. That's the deal. I found this morning and I'm like, holy shit, that's what I've been looking for. I mean, it's exactly what I've been looking for. Something that's stable enough to do wood, because I don't care about doing metal, and I found it. So I'm gonna get started on the the fundraiser, or the crowd funder, or the crowds. I don't know what you call it. What the fuck do you call it? It's not fundraiser. It's like a crowd funder or something like that. And you can set different levels. It's kind of like Patreon, where you can set different levels of your Patreon, where you get to see videos before they come out or whatever. So yeah, just thought I'd go live and show you guys what I found, and this is the shit. I mean, this is what I've been looking for a long time, especially to do guitars, because I really want to make more guitars. I mean, I think I'm pretty goddamn good at it, and I've got a good eye for layout and composure and what looks good. And so anyway, I've talked enough, and thanks for watching. If you wanna, if you watch this later and you want in on this, uh, the link will be in the thing, and I think I'm gonna go 500 on the fundraiser, because I mean, you can get the hardware kit, all the hardware you need for $300. That doesn't include the control boards. So that's another 150. Then you got the CNC controller, which is different. I guess I don't know. Do I need both? I don't know. But the BTT SKR Pro 1.2 is a good good board with the TFT 35 drivers or the 2209 drivers. Yeah, it's and then you got the TFT 35. That's the screen. So it'll have a screen. I'd probably do a bigger screen, but it includes all the motors and everything, the belts, pulleys, nuts, fucking Loctite. So yeah, so I'll probably do $500 on the fundraiser, and yeah, so it'd be your choice of either a unfinished guitar wood kit or a handmade or a custom cutting board. Your choice of image, not limited to what's available. You give me a drawing and I'll put it onto a cutting board for your reward for helping me out. So, yeah, cool. So that's all I've got. I've been on longer than I wanted to for this. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you later.